Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It is Tuesday, June 6th. And in the news, George Santos is in the news. We haven't thrown on George Santos in at least a couple weeks. He's overdue. He was in a court case. So for all those felonies that he was charged with, arraigned on, he had to go to jail. And he had a $500,000 bond. Bail, and a bond was posted to get him out, so he's out on bail. So somebody, it might be the ethics committee, but somebody asked for a copy. They want to know who put up the money for his bond. And George Santos doesn't want to tell the answer to that. So they fought this in court. And the judge just ruled today that George Santos has to, the judge is going to unseal who posted bond for Santos. Now, Santos's lawyer, his last name is Murray, his quote on this was, "There's little doubt that the suretors will suffer," the suretors are the people putting up the bond money, "will suffer some unnecessary form of retaliation if their identities and employment are revealed, and that Santos would rather surrender to pretrial detainment than subject these suretors to what will inevitably come if their names are made public." When asked, why is it important to keep these people's names secret? His response was, because it is. All right. Because we don't want you to know. So there. Nah. All right. That's how you want to play it. George Santos has until Friday to appeal this, which I'm sure he will. And I will will he actually go to, will he throw himself on the sword and go to prison, then not let these people's identities go through? This is George Santos we're talking about here. He ain't going to prison for anybody. Little drama Trump. Okay, so Spirit cards want to come up. There's the Ten of Pentacles, so it's talking about the money already. Somebody with a lot of money. Okay, so what can you tell us about this situation with George Santos's bail money? What can you tell us overall? Then we'll ask for a description on who put it up, and will Santos go to prison, go to prison rather than or stay in jail rather than I don't know. But what's the story with that? The Lover's card. So not necessarily a lover of his, but it's somebody who he has some type of relationship. Let me bring this on down here. Somebody he's got a relationship with or something along those lines. So we got the Lover's card crossed with the mystery, the moon. We don't know who the Lovers is, so I think this is pretty dialed into this reading so far. So that's talking about who he's made his agreements with, and we don't know who that is, but it's about to be revealed. In the past, this could be somebody who either has worked with Santos or has some financial relationship with him. They're evaluating the position, the value of keeping Santos either in prison or into pre-trial detainment, and should they put up the money to help him out. And obviously they decided to do that. What's going on right now? There's a lot of turmoil going on right now. I think that the people who put up the money are really anxious about this. They don't want to be let known. I mean, obviously, right? Santos didn't come up with this great idea of not telling us who it was that put up the money. He's being told by these people that we don't want you telling anyone who put up that money. And I think it goes well beyond what Santos's lawyer saying, oh, people are going to be mean to him. Yeah, no, it's going to be a bit more revealing than that. So there's a lot of turmoil around this, and there's going to be a lot of hard pushing to prevent those names from being released. It's dark money. Whether this means it's like, there's some speculation that's a Russian oligarch that put it up there. That would certainly fall into the dark money category. Or it's somebody who wants to keep, obviously, wants to keep a low profile. They want to stay in the shadows. Again, I'm not really hitting on anything remarkable with this assessment because, duh, Yeah, but they want to stay in the background. They don't want to be revealed on this one. So that's kind of the energy, which again goes into that stress that they're having about possibly having them in their... And if they're revealed, then the plans that they have might be revealed as well. The lesson to be learned is that it's quite a burden. The burden of proof. Santos and his crew have a huge burden to overcome to try and protect the identity of these people, or the identity of this person. So, and it's unlikely to succeed. What's the outcome? The Chariot. Yep, it's going to come out. Santos, I'm sure, will fight the charges on this, and he will not win his fight. It is going to come out, and it's going to get revealed, and there will be judgment for it. When those names are out, I think it's going to cause Santos even more headaches. It's also going to cause headaches for the people that put the money out there. But this isn't going to be like, his Uncle Ted and his Aunt Mary, who won the lottery, put up this money for him. This is going to be a biggie. I could be wrong. It could be his Uncle Ted and Aunt Mary, and they don't want people to know that they have money, because you can imagine if George Santos is like that, the whole darn family might be a bunch of grifters that are going to go after you. I mean, I suppose that's a possibility, but I think that's probably not the case. This is a little bit deeper than that. I'm glad my family's not like that. Can you imagine? And imagine some of you have family like that. If you won the lottery, like you won $10 million, you'd have family members coming out trying to stake their claim and guilt you and shame you and plead with you to give them a bunch of money. I don't really have to worry about that, so count my blessings. All right. Phase 2. Let's find out what we can about the people that have given him the money here. What can Spirit tell us about these folks or person? It sounds like people because they were talking plural in there. Okay, you want to stay up? Let's see. What can we tell us? Let's do a little 4-carder on that one. They're not on the up and up. Whoever this is, they steal their money. They embezzle it. It's Bitcoin. This person doesn't earn their money. They steal their money. Again, if it's a Russian oligarch, that would certainly fit it well, especially with the red hat and the red boots. But yeah, this is a person. The reason why they don't want people to know who it is because you start looking at their finances and now they're in trouble. This is not a person. This is at best a double life. There's a betrayal here. 7 of Cups and the wedding card and the happy family card. Okay, so oh geez. Again, this person, they don't want us to know who they are. They absolutely don't, because they don't get their money on the up and up. They're either like a con man. It's like Donald Trump would be. Like this could actually be Donald Trump giving him the money, or Donald Trump's PAC giving him the money, something along those lines. This person isn't really well grounded in reality. It could be Ginny Thomas would be like another example of somebody who's just kind of cray-cray out there, and they've got money, or this money's been diverted from some other thing that it was supposed to go to. And this person who diverted the money, they're looking at all the benefits of protecting George Santos, and they're not looking at the consequences of it. I'm more willing to believe that, because then you have the betrayal card. And the betrayal card could be that their identity is released and they're really disappointed with that. But it could also be that they're stealing from family members, or they're stealing from their company. They're stealing from somebody personal. And those people will feel betrayed. Again, if it was a Russian oligarch, you're stealing from Russians. And then you also have the wedding card, opening day. This, I tend to think of somebody who's a bit of a con, because they welcome you. You feel like you're welcome. You feel like you're part of their life, part of their house, but they betray you. Almost, like, he was involved in a Ponzi scheme, right? It's that kind of vibe. This would fit that vibe totally. And again, this could be, the Republican Party could be involved in this. But I suspect that if it's not like a Russian oligarch, this would be somebody who was involved in that Ponzi scheme that he was involved in. And they're doing that to protect themselves. And they don't want anybody to know about that. So whoever this person is, they're not a good person. Or people are, they're not good people. They're crooks. And they'd like to remain anonymous. Oh, I'm sorry, for entertainment purposes only. What do I know? I'm not here to defame or slander anybody. I'm just some random dude on the internet throwing tarot cards around. What do I know? I think you'd have to have a little bit more than that. But we'll cover our bases. This is for entertainment purposes only. Now, will George Santos really go back into entertainment if he has to give up the names? Maybe he will, because it's going to be, if it's the Russian mob, it's going to be a whole lot safer to be in prison than on the streets. Okay, let's see. I keep saying prison. He'd be in jail. He wouldn't be in prison. Prison comes later. Prison comes after the felony indictments and felony convictions. Okay, George Santos. Would you really... I don't even get to throwing this. We know the answer is no. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's yes. Would George really go back into entertainment rather than let this information out? He's got to think about it. Actually, what he's going to do, he's going to go into hiding. I guess that to him, that would be trial detainment, is him hiding from things. What do we got? I got the 10. I can bring it down. I've got the ability here. Forces of habits. Out in the cold. Oh, there he is. Cray George. And there's the Hierophant. Would he actually go? It's not telling me that he would. He might. He might actually do that. Okay. He might do that, but not because out of the goodness of his heart. It shows the Four Swords. This is kind of retreat, lying low, meditation. Could this be incarceration? Yeah, you could think of the coffin as being confinement. He will either go into hiding, or he would put himself into detainment. But either way, he's not going to be very public. He's going to be very private. He's going to keep very low key. Remember what I was saying about, if you were outing the Russian mob, you'd want to be really lying low. Why would he want to be lying low? Because he's going to be, if he reveals this source, or if this gets revealed, he's going to be out in the cold. That money that was supporting him is going to dry up, and whoever was throwing it out there is going to turn their back on him. They will leave him out, and he will have no money left to defend himself. There's a lot of money with this person. A lot of money with this person. And they're probably paying for lawyers too for him. So this is somebody who's very much impacted by it. And then we got, George Santos is cray. Just his general craziness. But interesting, again, underneath it is the Hierophant, the government. Is the government in that him going back into jail? Or is this he's scared of the government, the person that's put up the money is a member of the government, whether it's the U.S. government or a different government, But that's on his mind. Huh. What else? While he's doing this, he might be talking, he's going to contemplate whether or not he's going to talk to the government, because if this is a lot bigger than we expect, then he might try to turn state's witness. That may not be the case. If this is just going to be straight up felonies for all the stuff that he did, then I don't think he'd be able to turn witness against anybody because it'd have to be a bigger problem. But if he is a smaller fish and a bigger problem, then yeah, he's screwed. And he's going to go hide. I don't know if there's anything else I want to say on that one. We did the review. We looked at that. Real quick, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? When that name's revealed, what happens with George Santos? Or what happens with this situation if that name is revealed? One more time through for good luck. All right. What happens if that name gets revealed? Somebody... Oh, dear. Somebody's taking some big actions here. Okay. If that name is revealed, what happens? He's going to start singing a different tune, or he's just going to come up with another way. He's going to have to come up with a new way of money, because the money that he had was going to dry up. And he doesn't have a lot to offer at that point. Then underneath it is the emperor. This is probably the person who is providing that money for him. And, you know, they're not happy. This is not a happy dude right there. Central underneath is the emperor, and he's going to try and appease that emperor. But yeah, the emperor will still have a bunch of money left over. We have women celebrating. That's interesting. If he reveals... Actually, you know what? If he reveals, it's going to lead to a new investigation. They're going to have to decide a new investigation, because there's a lot of money behind here that that's going to be revealed. Again, we're looking at the person who gave this money is not on the up and up. So that's going to lead to an investigation, and people are going to celebrate that this person is going to be investigated, because we're now getting to a bigger fish. It's going to lead to new action. A brand new action will come out of this. So, yeah, basically, if it's revealed, it's going to lead to a new investigation into the money that this person has taken, and it's going to be celebrated because this person's been crooked and probably known to have been crooked for a while, but now it's out there. And it's going to tie them in to George Santos and politics, which is going to now tie in this whole Santos thing with other things. Again, it looks like it's going to be a bigger it's going to be a piece of the puzzle that we weren't expecting. Okay, so that's my reading on George Santos. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for subscribing, for sticking through all 18 minutes of this video. And I'll catch you on the next one. Have a great night. Bye-bye.